here moving around, but I don't have it all together. I'm not even all the way dressed. Anywho, I wanted to know how many of y'all feel like this has been a tough year. How many of you guys feel like this year has not yet unfolded or shaped up to be what you thought it was going to be? How many of you are disappointed? How many of you are struggling? How many of you feel like, yeah, 2024 thus far hasn't been what you thought it was going to be? This message is for you. I'm in that boat. And I know a lot of other people who feel the same. They thought this was going to be a phenomenal year out the gate, hit the ground running, and it be popping. And this year thus far feels full of taking the garbage out, the garbage of relationships, the garbage of toxic ties, the garbage of the thinking that keeps you aligned and tethered to toxicity. And when I say toxicity, it doesn't necessarily mean bagging on other people for showing up how they want to show up, but you got to know what's toxic for you. Think about being allergic to something. Not everybody's allergic to shrimp. I'm allergic to shrimp. It came out of nowhere. But the whole point is, I'm not going to eat it because it doesn't work for me. If you want to eat shrimp, cool. People who eat shrimp are not demons. People who can tolerate it are not bad people. It's just I can't do it. So when I say you're cutting out and separating yourself from toxicity, it's not necessarily to down the thing, but it's something you're allergic to. Something doesn't work for you. There's been so much pruning and kneading, like kneading dough, kneading of our habits and our world, who we're related to, how we work, how we get our money, who's attracted to us, and all of these things. There's been a kneading of sorts, and it's been leaving people feeling pretty exhausted. I was one of those people, but not today. I have energy. I'm feeling restored. Now, is the universe and the planets and all that stuff moving around and all this and that? Yeah. Yes, and I am putting myself in position. I'm taking my power back. Do you feel like you're taking your power back? Let me tell you the power of taking your power back. At some point, you have to grab life by the nuts and let it know who's boss. Other people and what they do ain't the boss. Other people, situations and however you feel about things, all of these unfoldings, life is going life, stuff is going to keep going, but you have to choose at some point to take your power back. If you are feeling out of steam, super frustrated, you've got these energy leaks from people who shouldn't be around you in the first place, stealing your energy and all of these things, you just got to take your power back. I get it. We get caught up. We get caught up in bills, the day to day. We get caught up in kids and school and the shopping and dudes and dating and women and social media and depression and all of these things. The list goes on. But at some point, you have got to make the decision to take your power back. And in order to do that, you have to first be accountable for where you are. I'll say for myself, because I struggle with discipline. I know I'm not the only one. Okay. I'm a life coach. I'm all these great things but boy, oh boy, it's hard for me to be disciplined. If I don't want to do something, I don't want to do it. And it is up to me to choose between, okay, what can wait? Or do I really need rest? Or like, girl, no, you need to go ahead and do the thing. So if I know I'm supposed to do something, I promise myself I'm going to do it, then I don't do it because I make an excuse for not doing it. Then when my results or lack thereof manifest themselves, I can't become a victim now and be mad. I should have just did the thing. So these are ways and areas where I'm taking accountability in my life. Ooh, MD Salar, you made a great point. Fear. Oh, baby. Fear is definitely one of those things that keeps us from moving. I have been experiencing that. When I get in a depressive state or things get hard in my life, you know how there's fight or flight, freeze. We all have different ways that we respond to trauma. I'm a freeze person. And I'd be frozen in fear. Not yesterday, but a couple of days before, that's how I was feeling. I had to tell my friend, like, I feel frozen in fear. But you know what? At some point, I have to be like, girl, fear for what? What you afraid of? Failing? Come on. How many times have you done that? How many times have you been there? And can we reframe failure, which we've already done, to be such an indicator of you heading towards success? Like, it's all a head trip. False evidence appearing real, right? Fear. It's all such a head trip. And we have to decide we have to decide to just take our power back. At some point, the fear and the fight or flight and what other people did and who you're dating and what's not working out and your money and all of this stuff has to take a backseat to who you know you are and what you're supposed to be doing, and you focus on that. What is my biggest fear in my life? Oh, off the top of my head, losing my parents. That's just the first thing that came to mind. I'm sure I could find many more. But even when it comes to that, like, it would be sad and hurtful, but the reality is we're all gonna die. Isn't that crazy? Like, for real. So even with that being said, like, nothing that we're going through right now is big enough to drown. It's not big enough to allow it to drown you. Take your power back. You know, I was looking through my phone, I was erasing contacts and I was erasing contacts and I was erasing like a bunch of pictures and duplicates and stuff in my phone because I'm just feeling the need to like bring in more energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nature abhors a vacuum. That's a quote by Confucius. If I move something from one space, even if air takes it up, something's going to take up that space. So clearing out my contacts, clearing out pictures, I'm just in a space of being expansive and making more room for whatever good wants to come into my life. And I was just looking at all of my side hustles and business endeavors and people I connected with and events I've done and all this and that. And I've been so inundated with, okay, the rent's going up. What are we going to do? Okay, I'm starting this business. We got to talk to these people. Okay, life coaching. Ooh, did this client get back? What's going on? Cleaning, groceries. I've been so caught up in all that, I almost forgot how just about me. Just me. My capabilities, how I can show up, what I have created, and being appreciative of that, what I'm capable of creating. Like, we're getting so bogged down in the like, what's going on right now, that we're forgetting who we are. So if you don't honor and acknowledge yourself and appreciate your own self, when we talk about gratitude, be like, oh, you know, I'm thankful for all these things. Be thankful for yourself. Thankful for who you are, who you've been, what you've created, how you showed up, how you've persevered, because it gives you an opportunity to get a fresh lens on yourself, a fresh view of yourself, an enlightened view when you can't see through all of the daily adulting. You need that fresh view of yourself so that you can take your power back. Because when you're walking in your power, you are less afraid. We're talking about fear here in the comments. I've been dealing with fear. I've been dealing with an immobilizing fear. We all go through it. It's about how we handle it and how we come out on the other side and what we choose to do with it. But it's been scary to think about, will I make it this time? Will I be successful this time? Will it work out for me? Will I be happy with the results? Will this change? Will that change? There's a lot of stuff going on. Is everything going to be okay? That scares me sometimes. I'm an adult. I don't live at my mommy and daddy's house. I've been paying my own bills for a couple of decades. Taking care of myself. There's nowhere to run. I don't have, you know what I mean? Nobody's coming to save me. And sometimes that scares me. Sometimes I want to be saved. Come get me and make sure I'm okay. But, you know, that's just not the reality. It can be in moments. But what I'm saying is, come to the end of yourself. Figure out, you know, what's going on, or don't. Just come to the end of yourself. But when you get there, remember to appreciate who you are, who you've been. Don't discount and downplay your amazing self, and just take your power back. You deserve to live, you deserve to love, you deserve to be free. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my power back because why am I up here fronting like I'm down and out? Or I don't know if this will work. Or when I know good and doggone well, I'm very capable. But you know what has been keeping me from that is my mindset and the fear. I had to get to the end of myself. And so I don't feel afraid anymore because there's nothing to be scared of. So sometimes we just have these knee-jerk habits and habitual ways of thinking that I feel like in this particular time are emerging right now and bringing themselves to the surface so you can re-examine and realign them things, because it's not true. And if you start at 0 point, I was telling my friend a week ago, I'm at 0 point. I'm at 0 degrees. You know, everything I was doing has closed out. Like, you know, there's a lot of, it's like being at neutral ground, but it's only up from here. But how do you go up if your habitual thoughts and behaviors are taking you down? It's dang near an impossible battle. So if you're feeling like that, or you just feel like you're getting your energy back, I encourage you to take your power back. This is Leo season. Stop acting like you can't. Show you're him. You are her. You are capable. And now is also a time to increase your trust and faith more than you've ever done so before. I've been like, my faith has been increased to a level where if I was standing on the edge of a cliff, I know I'm not going to fall off. And even if I did, it's going to be cushy and gushy right down there below. I know that for a fact. What do you know about your circumstances? What do you know about where you're headed? What do you refuse to compromise or about your path, your direction, what you are trying to gain, and where you're trying to be in this life? What do you know about that? Are you setting intentions and 4 minutes later questioning yourself on if it's possible? What's the point then? Take your power back. We are powerful. Act like it. Let me go to the comments. Are you American? I am American. Born to American parents in America, Hawaii to be exact. I am considering moving overseas though. I don't know what, I don't know where, but I'm giving myself the next 2 years to get that together. Because yeah, I like to explore. That's scary too, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can do whatever I want. I'm powerful. And so are you. Who cares? Do the new thing. Do the thing. What do you want? Where do you think you should be? What do you think you should have that it's done? Faith up. Okay? I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself, but I just noticed the shift in my energy lately. I feel so much more light. And my lightness and joy and sureness isn't coming from anything outside of me. Because guess what? If I got a $47,000 check out of nowhere, that's a reason to be joyful, right? That's a reason to be light. Of course, it's like, yeah, I'm great. I'm manifesting. La, 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 la. Okay. Show me the person who is the generator of their own joy, the generator of your own faith. Not because you watched a YouTube video and got motivated, not because you got something that you wanted or somebody gives you, but simply because you are committed to honoring yourself in a way that you deserve and you know your power. That's enough. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. I said that on one of my other TikTok videos a long time ago and people didn't like it. That I said happiness was a choice. Well, what if there's endless reasons why we can be upset, but there are also endless reasons why we can choose differently. We can choose. The plane's delayed and we got to wait here 10 hours. Okay, you could choose still how you feel about it. Does it suck? I don't know. I don't really see things as good or bad. When we see things as good or bad, that's what puts the weight of the weight on our soul, that weight when we're like, that's so bad, this bad thing happened to me. Then you start to look at things like, this is happening to me. It just takes you down the wrong path. When really you're like, I don't know, maybe I was spared my life from a crash or some other, like, we don't know. But I'm just saying, it's a choice. So you can choose. I'm totally inspired by you're so cute. Thank you. I just felt like coming on here and talking to y'all today because I feel like the energy this year has been a little crunchy. It's been good in moments, but it's also been like hard and like squeezed and like pressure and frustration and confusion and cloudiness. And I feel like everybody's just trying to they see the dream, the goal, the goodness, and they're just trying to get there. But the stuff is going on. I feel like it's been a little crazy. But I know that the crazy and it has been a push towards alignment, your own personal alignment. I guarantee you some of the stuff that left your life this year and it seemed like a fallout or a fight or a loss or something that may have felt devastating, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you look back, even if this was 2 weeks ago that this happened to you, it was misaligned. That relationship was misaligned. The relationship with your family, the relationship with that partner, man, woman, whoever you're dating, there was a misalignment there. Or else things wouldn't have gotten shaken up like they did. There was wisdom there. There was a lesson there for you. And you're better for it in the sense that when we pray or when we manifest and when we ask God, divine spirit, however you roll, for something, we've got to open up our idea of how it comes. Sometimes if I say, oh, I want to be wealthy, then God, universe, spirit, will divine will remove everything that I'm doing that is not a wealthy behavior, not of wealthy discipline, people that are around me that are not going to be able to handle my wealth and be kind to me when I'm there, and whatever else. Like sometimes the answered prayer looks a little crunchy. But if you really stick to your intention and you mean what you say and you know that you're powerful and that everything's working out in your favor and you have faith, then eventually after you move beyond the sourpuss mode, like, dang, you get to the point where you're like, dang, thank you. Because I wouldn't have seen it like that. Then I would have got to my goal and had to deal with all of this. No, thank you. Okay. So anyways, I'm just going on a tangent. I cannot believe I've been talking for 18 minutes. That's crazy. This is like a podcast. But I just wanted you guys to have that. I just wanted to share that with you. Be encouraged. Take your power back. Stop acting like you can't. Stop acting like you ain't. Because you are. You him. You her. Stop letting life intimidate you. Psh, I wish you would. Right? Bring your energy out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this, like it, share it, comment, subscribe, all of the things. And I'll come back to you again when I feel like it. Peace.